thank you for joining us today on AIHA Network TV. Today we are joined by Cheryl Morton, the Managing Director of AIHA's Laboratory Accreditation Programs. Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we are going to be discussing the article you wrote for the August issue of the Synergist, which is the laboratory issue, and it focuses on all different kinds of topics related to laboratories. And I know in your article in particular, you discussed a few things going on new with the lab accreditation programs, one of them being the symbols that you recently introduced.
Right.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about those?
Sure. We haven't updated our symbols since 2009, and we thought it was high time to do so. We wanted the symbols to have distinctly different looks and include artwork that reflected the programs that they are covering. Mm-hmm. So anyway, a lot of thought went into it. We ran them by our analytical accreditation board. They thought they were wonderful. They, as always, include the website for AIHA Laboratory Accreditation Programs, so that any laboratory that chooses to use these symbols will use them with their lab ID. And then anyone who looks at that should be able to go right to our website, find that laboratory, and find out what they are accredited for.
And could you tell us a little bit more about the new ISO standard that you also mentioned in the article?
Right. ISO 1725 is a standard that our labs are accredited to. We add additional requirements as AIHA LAP, but 1725 is the standard. There have been discussions underway for a long time, for 18 months in the international community about the standard, and finally there's been consensus that this is what the standard should look like. It will be restructured. It will allow labs to use their management system certification if they'd like, to demonstrate compliance with the standard, and therefore just focus on the technical components. But it will also include entirely new concepts like risk, impartiality, and those are the things that we are going to focus on developing education around as LAP. We are here to help our laboratories get through this, and that's what we're going to be doing next year. In addition to that, we are going to be launching an online platform, database rather, which is a platform that will allow laboratories to enter their own applications. So there's going to be a lot going on. The article that was written in the August Synergist doesn't really talk about the online database because we looked at that as a separate activity.
Sure.
But when I look at it in totality, there are three big things that they're going to be dealing with.
Right.
The new symbols, the new standard, and a new online database that we're going to be providing. And we're going to be doing webinars for our laboratories to help them through this process.
So really they need to stay tuned.
Yes.
And keep checking the website.
Yes.
And obviously if they have any questions, they can certainly contact you.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.